So the first question, part A, is a guide number. Okay, so it's factorising using guide number. So let's record that on the screen. Okay, so it's factorising using guide number. The way guide number works is, you would have seen it from the video, you would have had a -3 is your number you base it off. And what two factors of -3 will give you 2? Okay, so put a box around your -3, put a box around your -2, your +2, and let's establish what two factors of -3 will give you 2. Well, straight away we've got, if we look at our minuses, we've got 3 by 1 is the only real factor, so 3 by 1. I need a +2 and I need a minus, so +3 minus 1, because 3 by -1 is -3, and 3 take away 1 is 2. So one of my x's is +3, and one of my x's is -2. Or -1, apologies. Okay, so we've got a 3ps minus pr plus a 3qs minus qr. Okay, we'll split this down the middle is what we're going to start with, alright? So what that looks like is literally splitting this down the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to factor out on this side and we're going to factor out on this side, and we're going to group them together. So the way that's going to work is we're going to say, well, what is common to 3ps minus pr, which is p. Okay, so in our bracket then we've got 3s, because we divide across by p, minus r. Okay, now over here then, what's common is a q, and again we're left with 3s minus r when we factor out the q. So that's going to be a plus q, and we put them together, we say p plus q and 3s minus r. And that question 14 is from the sample paper, the SEC sample paper. So that'll be the standard we need to get to for the junior cert. So for this question then, we're going to be multiplying out the brackets. So again, use our arrows. We're doing x by x, x by -2, and then we're saying 3 by x and 3 by -2. So let's do our pink ones first. Well, x by x is x squared. And that's -2x then. Okay, and now we've got 3 by x is 3x. And we've got 3 by -2 minus 6. Okay, so what we're looking at now is we're going to simplify. So we leave our x squared the way it is. We have, this just becomes x then, so plus x, because 3 take away 2 is 1, and -6. So now we're going to factorise part B. Okay, so this is difference of two squares. I'm going to write that in here now. Okay, so for difference of two squares, what we're saying is we're basically going to write it as x squared, okay, minus 64. We're going to rewrite it. What will give me x squared? X by x, okay. And what squared will give me 64, which is 8. And then we basically rewrite it as x plus 8 and x minus 8. Because remember, when you're factorising something, you're expanding it. You're putting it into its expanded form. Okay, so again here we're multiplying this out and we are simplifying. So what we're saying is x by 2x, x by -1. I'm going to do my arrows. X by 2x, x by -1, and my blue arrows, 9 by 2x, 9 by -1. What does that give me? Well, when I multiply across my pink arrows, I'm going to get 2x squared. Then I'm going to be left with x by -1 is minus x. Change to my blue arrows then, I'm going to be left with 18x, because 9 by 2x, 18x, and I'm going to have a -9. Okay, now simplifying this then, well, the two terms that I can simplify are these two, because they're the same. So I'm going to be left with 2x squared plus 17x minus 9. And that's that multiplied and simplified. Okay, part B then, factorise fully. So again, we're factorising by grouping. Okay, so with factorise by grouping, I'm going to rewrite the equation. So I'm going to say 3ax. Okay, it's plus ay, plus 3cx and plus cy. Split that down the middle then. Okay, factorize out what's common. So a is common. So if a is common, just put that in blue. We divide across by a. Alright, the a's cancel. We're left with 3x plus y. Okay, again over this side then, factorize out what's common. So that's c. Divide across by c. So essentially we're cancelling our c's. I'm left with 3x plus y. And I grouped them together then. So I have my a plus c and my 3x plus y. And that's factorised by grouping. Okay, so we have to factorise fully each of the following. Well, this one, the first one is highest common factor. Okay, so let's write that in first of all. Okay, so with highest common factor, we look at what's the highest common factor, which we know here is 7. Okay, so we factor out 7. And because we factored out 7, we divide across by 7. Alright, so the 7s will cancel. So I'm left with x minus 7 divided by 21 is 3, and I keep the y. So that's that one solved. The next one is what we call difference of two squares. Okay, so we have difference of two squares. So what we're going to have here, we're going to break it down. So this is x by x, or x squared, and the 25 breaks down to 5 squared. So my brackets are x plus 5 and x minus 5, or the other way around depending on what preference you took. And the last question is what we call guide number. So we're going to factor out what from minus 6, the factors of minus 6, that are going to add or subtract to give me my middle number of minus 1. Well, what we've got is 6 by 1, okay, because they're the main factors, or we've got 2 by 3, which we're going to use 2 by 3 because that's going to make this a little bit easier. Now, I need a minus 1 and I need a minus 6, so I need a minus 3 plus 2, which is going to give me minus 1, and plus by a minus is a minus, 3 by 2 is 6. So, one of my x's is going to be a plus 2, and one of my brackets is going to be a minus 3. And that's that one factorised.